It's the greatest in hip hop. Clarke, what you got?
All right, so let's update everyone on what happened with Chris Brown. Let's see. So the girl, her name is Bailey Curran. She was crowned Miss California Regional 2016, but was stripped of her crown 2 months later after her nudes surfaced, and she lied about them not being hers. And she also would not show up for community service events while she had her crown, so they were just tired of her, snatched her crown. Now, this morning it came out that she is wanted in New York for stealing a $1,000 Louis Vuitton purse and running. The purse contained $200 in cash, credit cards, and a Michael Kors watch. Now, the situation at Chris Brown's house happened when she was eyeballing some jewelry. So now everybody is saying, what if she had planned to rob Chris of that diamond cross she was touching that he told her to no longer touch and get out of my house? So this whole thing is just turning really crazy. Nothing else has come out from what the girl has said or Chris Brown.
Plot twist.
Exactly.
I think it's a lot. I think that, first of all, I'm going to start by being objective and being against Chris. Because right now, a lot of people are on his team. He needs a new team. He needs to learn from his past mistakes. You need to flush out your team. Get rid of your yes men and get some what men. People that say, what are you doing? Get rid of the yes, get the what's. And then, man, you got to chill out. You can't have everybody in your circle. First thing my mother told me, I made a little bit of change. She was like, look, you have to watch the people around you. Everybody's not deserving to be in your circle. And you got to flush them out. Because as the popular person in his circle, obviously that's Chris, you're going to pay the ultimate price for anything that happens. They're not going to worry about Billy Bob and Ellie and all them dudes. When they do something, they come in for the superstar. I do think that it was crazy that over a pistol being pulled, and not downplaying the fact that this young lady may have been scared, but how many times you've been at the house or the crib or something happened and you had to call the police and one cop show up like an hour later, not a SWAT team. You know, and Chris made a point. He said, I've called about stalkers being in my house, and they come 24 hours later and things like that. And me being in a household growing up where a lot of violence was going on, like, I knew people who pulled pistols on people in the house, and the cops show up like one cop maybe. But a SWAT team? That's a lot. That's a lot. So what Chris saying has some validity to it when he's saying that I feel like I'm being targeted. And on top of that, Chris' house got his aunt got tied up. Who got tied up at the house?
His aunt.
Somebody got tied up at the house, and he got robbed. Right. So he's paranoid, obviously. Now,
and these are squad members. This isn't random people.
Right. And back to Chris and taking responsibility for his situation. He needs to get some what men and clear out his circle. Now, the depth of the SWAT team, helicopters, and all that good stuff. That was crazy. That was crazy. And I gotta give you a sit your ass down to somebody, and that is who the dude the other day Iggy Azalea. What's his name?
Swaggy P.
Swaggy P. Shut up.
Get out of our
Shut your simple ass up. Yeah, you got the block hot. Boy, get out of here. You had the block hot cheating on Iggy and then taking shots at other rappers because they were clowning her. Don't talk about Bay. Oh, you don't want nobody to talk about Bay, but you out here cheating on Bay.
Got the block hot. And then showing the helicopters flying over his head. He is crazy.
He ain't got nothing going on. That's the best you got, bro. Your social media can't just get popping. You got to come up. Oh, I'm gonna talk about Chris and these helicopters, yo, man. Light skin problems, bro.
Chris was eventually arrested for assault with a deadly weapon, and he was released last night, same night he was arrested, on a $250,000 bail. He will get a court date September 20th, and they did run a drug test while he was in jail. We're waiting on the results of that to come out. Now, he is not being charged with drugs, even though they did find the bag with 2 guns and drugs in it. As of right now, he's just being...
I think the drugs was marijuana, and I think that Chris has a medical marijuana card.
You think that's his out?
Yeah, it is, because he would have got charged with it. They only charged him with that. They haven't charged him with anything else this late in the game.
But assault with a deadly weapon. First of all, you ran up in my house. You touching my jewelry. He didn't pistol whip her. He didn't hit her in the head. He just quote unquote pulled it out, and it was on his property.
For anybody who's been in trouble with the system before, this is what happens. They charge you with the top, like the biggest crime that they can charge you with, and then they dumb it down. Like, basically they knock it down. Like, okay, it's gonna, by the time this is over, it's gonna be like, it's gonna be something real simple, like possession of a handgun. It's gonna be something real simple by the time that by the time it ends. So, and also his bail was only $250,000. Usually when this happens, if the person feels threatened, the judge won't let you out because they think you might go get the person. So therefore, they know they have no case, but they want to get him for something. So therefore, Give him this high charge. We're gonna knock it down later, and then from there we'll see. I honestly think Chris gonna have to pay her off because when she was on the TMZ interview, they were asking her what was in the house. The question that that they need to know is what's in that cell phone that she took pictures of and she videotaped.
Right, that she snatched and ran after he asked her to sign the non-disclosure agreement.
And at the end of the day, Chris is gonna have to pay for that cell phone.
Lord, poor Chris. All right, well. Chris's homeboy Tyga was out shopping for a new Bentley yesterday with Kylie when the repo man popped up with the extra spare key, hopped in, and drove off with his Ferrari. Now, he apparently is, of course, back on a few payments, and the loaner did not want to deal with it anymore, so he just sent somebody out there to snatch the car and go. Now, all of this comes a week after he is already being sued by a landlord over a Last King store in Cali. The man said Tyga abandoned the store, trashed the store, and plus he wants 5 months of rent that have not been paid. So, Tyga and his money issues are just, I'm confused as to if he has any money left, because I think he was paying Kylie's rent.
He just bought her a car.
So he just bought her a car,
right.
And that's what kind of got the landlord upset because he's like, you out here buying $200,000 cars, but you ain't paying me my money.
Stop tricking if you ain't got it.
And Colin Kaepernick was bashed this week because he decided to no longer say the national anthem. A lot of people were coming out saying that's disrespectful to people who have served our country, but now veterans are coming out saying that there's a Twitter hashtag veterans for Kaepernick. So this is showing that veterans are actually willing to fight with him against racism, and they do not take his protest as disrespect. So I think this is turning out good for Colin Kaepernick.
Okay.
And those are your trending topics. My name is Clarke Jones. To read about these plus more, go head over to 1019online.com.
What's more fitting to play for Chris Brown than this? Don't judge me, baby. Now, you know, I'll bash a light-skinned dude real quick, but on this one, man, I think that
he's had enough bashing.
Yeah, I think y'all going a little hard at Chris Brown. So, you know, the beige gang, khaki color Negroes, waffle colors, Twinkies. I got your back on this one, y'all.